Sign up now at elevate.miami.edu for my course, Organized Rhyme.
Looking at the word legacy, while involving some wordplay, I'll use the first syllable to build upon. We'll use the first syllable, leg. For the second syllable, we'll use an. And for the third syllable, we'll use the word knee. So now we have leg and knee. Can we use it in context with legacy? Let's just see.
Wordsworth Productions with a S.com for all merch. I got 2 books available right now. Words Are Worth Volume 1, and I also have a children's book called Socks. Age range from 12 to 15, so it's kind of like the middle school and high school age range, but adults could. What up, y'all? Thanks for watching the content. Make sure you like and subscribe and comment. A lot of y'all been commenting. Please hit the like, share if it's something y'all dig. We got a dope episode for y'all coming up. Let's go. Welcome to another episode of What Words Are Worth. And today I got a hip hop icon, legend, lyricist, MC, rapper, visionary, definitely a visionary. Not just an MC, a producer, somebody that's able to see what you can do and help you improve upon what you do. Somebody that's able to craft the wordmanship, the penmanship that he has is legendary. That when you listen to him rap, you make sure that your rap is better. You know, you gotta step your game up. You just can't just slouch and follow behind what he has to say. Also has content, you know, inside of his lyrics. He's not just rhyming to be rhyming. You know, a lot of people out here rhyming to be rhyming, putting words together, but don't actually have an impact and influence on, I would say, the community, on people, on the world, on the global scale. So welcome to the show, no other than Del, the Funky Homosapien. Yo,
what's up, man? Glad to be here, man. Glad you reached out to me and shit, man. Because you know, I rock with you. You feel me?
Yeah, man. I appreciate it, man. Oh, man. I wanted to start with. We're gonna get into this show. This show is really about lyricism, writing. So it's gonna be a lot of technical questions asking you about which people are gonna be excited to hear your answers. Okay. I want to start with where you began and start with that first. So like. The origin of your name and area you grew up in.
Okay, well, I'm from Oakland, California. You feel me? So East Oakland, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of rough out there, you know what I'm saying? If you were familiar with like a Chicago or like Detroit, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe even DC, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Even Brooklyn or something like that. You feel me? It's like that. You know what I'm saying? Just had to learn how to wiggle or whatever. But I was, you know, I grew up in the 70s. I was born in 72. So, you know, I was into all that stuff, you know. Okay. Yeah. So I was already, before rap really was popping, I was listening to like the party records and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like Richard Pryor, like Red Fox, you know, all that stuff, Dolomite. So I just liked that level of it. And then like I was into poetry and stuff already. And I slowly but surely I started getting into hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Just hearing about it, just being hip. And I just took a liking to it. I think like the message, you know what I'm saying? Melly Mel and them, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think like lyrically, poetically, I think that's the one that really made me be like, okay. But the one that made me really be like, nah, this is better than anything is Suck MCs by Run DMC. Well, Run DMC first stuff, all that, but Suck MCs just stood out because I was like, okay, like this is the hardest. It don't even have no music. It's just a beat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's kind of just where I started from, you know what I'm saying? Then from there, I'm just battling fools around and I'll draw and stuff too. You know, I was dancing, you know what I'm saying? A little DJ and I do all of it. You know what I mean? But that's where I started at though.
On Del? How'd you land on?
I had hella stupid names, you feel me? But
we all do.
I just fell on Del the Funky Homosapien. I mean, I guess that's kind of stupid too, but man, you know, Delvon is my middle name, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay, got it.
And I used to not like my first name. My name is Taryn, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't like it when I was a kid because it's different. You know what I'm saying? So I just told people to call me Del or whatever. And then the Funky Homosapien, I was just so into funk. Like my father is an artist. He's an abstract artist. So he had all kind of records and like everything, you know what I'm saying? So I was hip. So like, I just love funk. This before hip hop, you know what I'm saying? I'm already listening to the radio and trying to record. You feel me? So I just stuck with the funk, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So I had mentioned like you being a visionary, especially with like hieroglyphics and you know, you co-finding that, you know, and finding that group.
Yeah.
Man, how did you kind of like know how to put those pieces together as opposed to just being your boys or your crew and you're hanging out? How did you know, like, man, if we do it this way, we'll have that sustainability for pretty much forever? I would say y'all are eternal with the way y'all have done it. So how did you know, like, yo, if I get this, we do it this way, man, we'll live forever?
I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? Like I just I just knew that it was the shit. And like really I was trying to, you know, graduate, go to college, maybe take like some classes in, you know, art or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I was into like what do you call it? Forgot it. Anyway, it fell through, you know what I'm saying? I was too wild in school and stuff. Like I was pretty wild. So I didn't have nothing left but hip hop, but I wasn't tripping off it like that. Like, let me try to come up. Cause at that time it wasn't no hope for it. Like you was a loser. If you was doing hip hop, you was a loser. Like, why don't he go to school? Like, he cutting class and stuff. Well, you ain't got your homework. Why is he writing raps in class? Like you an idiot. You gonna fail. Like, I'm like, okay, whatever. I just thought it was over, you know what I'm saying? So I really was hella depressed. But like hip hop was the only thing that really mattered to me, you know what I'm saying? So I was just rocking with it regardless. It just so happened that Cube is my cousin. He came out with records, and when I seen him on the radio, I was just bugging him like, man, you know I'm the real hip hop dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know I really fool with this. Like, you gotta fool with me. You know what I'm saying? So Sir Jinx really helped me. You know what I'm saying? He was like my mentor and stuff. So that's kind of how it went. I mean, it just was by chance. This was not a plan, really. Like, if anything, Jinx had the plan. You know what I'm saying? Because I think he's seen the potential. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like hooking up. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm listening to what you're saying.
Okay, hooking up with Hyro though, it was just natural. Like a lot of them I knew when I was in elementary school, like A+, Tajay, I knew them since elementary school. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I could even say Cash, really. You know what I'm saying? And Cash knew Oak in elementary. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like we all knew each other since we've been growing up in the town. So it's just they rapped, I rapped. It wasn't too many people that rapped. So like you trying to cling onto anybody that even, you know, else I used to rap with Spice One.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Yep. I've seen some recent interviews of him. He's been doing more interviews recently too.
Yeah. Chico, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, that's just how it was, man. It wasn't no plan. We just stuck with it. And it just so happened to become hella popular. But I'll say that I always knew it was special. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And some people just didn't get it. The adults didn't get it, especially like black adults didn't get it neither. You know what I'm saying? I just was like, I'm never going to turn into them when I get older. You feel me?
Yeah. And it's crazy, man, because like, you know, I've bought the albums, man. I bought your albums, I bought their albums. And so it was always dope, like to later on as we got older and bumping into each other and see y'all on tour and see y'all and get to meet y'all, man. So I always have a high regard and respect for y'all. But also with being in the group, it was ill because the reason why I said you're visionary, everybody in the group sounds like themselves. They got their own unique voice. It's almost like basically it's the Avengers, you know, and then it's also like everybody can have their own fan base. Like everybody's just ill in the group, you know? So it was dope when hearing y'all rap together and hearing the songs, you want to know everybody's verse. You want to hear everybody's rhyme. And everybody has a unique style and voice, man. And I also think y'all have like the best logo, man. I think
I made up the logo. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm really good at drawing, so I made the logo up. You know what I'm saying?
Man, to me, I think that has to be at least top maybe top 2 logos in hip hop, man. Run DMC logo is really, really
Right.
iconic too.
I mean, think of how many fools bounced and flipped their logo. You feel me?
Yeah, mad people that use that for like put the most had his, most def like that. I seen a lot of people with that. That logo was crazy. What were you thinking about when making that logo though? Because there's such a simplicity. There's like a genius and simplicity in it. You know what I'm saying? It's not too much. It's not too little. It's just like perfect, man.
Okay. What I was trying to remember, I was into graphic art design, you know what I'm saying? So I was thinking like, okay, maybe I can maneuver this way. But to answer your question, I'm gonna show you how I think about shit. Like having imagination is just as simple as you take this thing, then you take this thing, you mix it together and see what you get. That's using your imagination. It's pretty much that easy. So I was thinking about like the happy sign, the happy logo from the 70s. And I'm like, I like the simplicity of that symbol, but how could I freak it? Like, you know, I don't want to just draw that. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna have just like a line, like he ain't smiling, he just like concentrating or whatever. And he got a third eye in the middle of his head, so it'll be 3 eyes instead of. That's pretty much how I came up with it. You feel me? That's simple. Man. Who would have known it would have turned into this? But you know what I'm saying? Whoever knows, really.
Yeah, it's just as iconic as the Wu-Tang symbol, you know, like the Wu-Tang symbol, the Hyro, we said Run DMC. Trying to think of what's another one that you just go, oh, it's not, there's a lot of logos that we know of, but I don't think they're stamped as much as like yours. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of logos.
Woo, definitely.
The Woo's definitely there.
But I think something that has to do with it though, I think is that we made them logos ourselves. Like Woo, they made that logo themselves. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I first seen them coming out, I went to go see Old Dirty Bastard perform. This before I knew like who Woo was and shit. And he gave me like Protect Your Neck single. This before before they got signed to Loud and all that shit. They had their own tapes passing them out. You feel me? But it had that symbol on it.
Yeah, I remember when I heard it on Stretch and Barbito, the first time I heard Protect Your Neck, I went downtown to Beach Street, downtown Brooklyn to go get it, and I got the cassette. This is around the time too. I'm getting all my cassettes there. I even when Freddie Fox came out with Rough, he used to have sandpaper in the cassette tape. I was like, yo, that's kind of fire. I was starting to see like ideas starting to fly.
Oh, okay.
Because dudes were doing it independently. So they was coming up with ideas how to sell their stuff. So him doing that for his stuff, I was like, man, that's crazy. But yeah, so I would definitely agree. Yeah, the Wu-Tang is just as popular, man. So let's get into it, man. Your writing style, brother. Man. Now that you said you in the poetry, now I can understand the flow and a lot of the cadence and how artistic it is. Your writing style, who influenced you maybe on a poetic level to even get started and then into the rap world?
Man, I can't even really tell you like that because it was so early on. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I started reading when I was 2 years old. You know what I'm saying? So like I just always liked words. I always was interested in language. I'm like kind of gifted that way. So naturally I was writing poetry and shit. You know what I'm saying? Just something to do writing. So as far as that's concerned, I mean, I know people, but like really what really made me really want to write is like a Dolomite or a Richard Pryor, or you know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking at us, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I respect the way they talking, you know what I'm saying? Like that's just how I was growing up, man. I kind of just, I kind of like the street level type. So you feel me? Like, so that's really what got me interested, but I guess I just mixed my mind with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hearing you rap, to me, defining your rap style in my ears and hearing and listening, it's like the words, you find the next perfect rhyme. So like once you in that line, some may think you might veer off to something else and you're able to find the next connection of the rhyme and the thought, and it keeps going and there's a flow. And also I was listening to it, you have these great the timing of pausing and then continuing again. So like your cadence and your flow, how about the flow? Because I never heard nobody rap like you. And then I never heard nobody rap like the Hyro, like that flow. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody I'm gonna be like, yo, Dell sound like that. When you came out, that was it. You know what I'm saying? That was the only that's the reference for me. Like the way you rhyme is the way the way you rhyme is the way you rhyme. I don't got no other reference of that. So how did you know that you had something original with the flow, and what made you say, yo, this is me, you know?
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna keep it real, man. Like, how'd I get the flow? I'm listening to all the greats, you know what I'm saying? Like Coogee Rap, he one of my favorites, like Just Ice. I mean, come on, man. Like, I'm listening to all the greats from the beginning, you know what I'm saying? So I'm getting a sense of what you even supposed to do by listening to the best, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Of course, I'm trying to bounce and flip it my way because that's what you're supposed to do. That's the rules, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't do that, you whack. You're not respected if you don't be you. You could be whatever you want to be. You just got to be dope. Okay, what's dope? What's dope? Well, if you know you with the culture, you know what dope is. You know it when you hear it. You know what I'm saying? But you'll be respected for that. So like that was something I always appreciate. I still appreciate that now. So that, I mean, like that's where I really got the flow from, and freestyling, to be honest, because I used to freestyle all the time. Like I didn't write no shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't start writing stuff until Cube said something. He's like, man, you should write your stuff down. I'm like, why? That's whack. You know what I'm saying? He's like, man, if you write it down, you might be able to use it for something else. I'm like, damn, huh? You're right, huh? Okay. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Yeah. And that goes into my next question, actually. Are you paper and pen when writing, or are you computer today, writing your head, your phone? What has been the transition you made, or are you still doing it the same way, or what?
Ever since I started watching the new wave of battle rap and really just peaking, like, nah, like they too raw. Like somebody like Eclipse or somebody, I'm like, nah, he too raw. Like he too fresh. Like he know what he not just writing, like he knows, like, so I figured out like a lot of what they're doing is like humor writing. So once I figured that out, I really went for it. I mean, I always was interested in humor since back in it. Like I told you, I grew up off of Richard Pryor was like my hero, you know what I'm saying? But I just thought I could never do it though. I think it's out of my league. Come to find out, no, everybody is funny sometimes. Now they call it up on, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? At a moment's notice, that takes some practice and some work. But like everybody funny, it's not like you an alien, you know what I'm saying? So I just figured out like that. And then that learning those techniques kind of molded me in a different way, because you need to think more conceptually. You know what I'm saying? Before, I'll be honest, I was more thinking about just rapping. I had interesting things to say sometimes, but pretty much I'm just rapping. You know, with battle rap now and with, you know, with writing humor, you have to have some kind of premise or something, like, you know what I'm saying? You can't just go for it. Like you got to talk about something. So I had to start thinking about that in those terms, which is it was a lot of work for me. Like, I'm like, I don't want to work this hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I did it anyway for like 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of those techniques, I'm peeping, oh, okay, these battle rappers do the same thing too. Because I've heard some of them in interviews and stuff, they'll say it. You know what I'm saying? They'll give little jewels and I'm like, okay, I am right then, you know? So that's really what changed the way I do it. So before I used to just rhyme, think of the rhymes first, and then I'll come up with stuff to fill it around, you know what I'm saying? So wherever it go. Now, I kind of have some kind of premise, you know what I'm saying? Especially if I'm really going to talk about something, which half the time I do, you know what I'm saying? I just had to find out a lot of stuff about myself, but it helps to think of what you're going to say first. Like think of your punch first, you know what I'm saying? Or you think of the end of the story first, and then you could work out all the, you know what I'm saying, all the details, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So because it's not the punch that really is what it is, you know what I'm saying? It's the journey getting there, just like life, you know what I'm saying? So all this stuff I'm just learning, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then are you so you going in the studio and it's written in your head and then you're saying it, or you?
Man, I was using AI. I was using AI to help me program in Python, and I had it make me like all kind of language type things. There used to be this thing online called what was it called? The Dada engine. It was based on Dadaism. You heard of Dadaism, right?
I haven't heard of that. I haven't heard of that.
You heard of surrealism, right?
Yeah, I know it's a real.
Okay, so realism came from Dadaism. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know, so like I'm into that. So it's like nonsense words jumbled up, and then you give it a sentence, they'll just chop it up into hella pieces and make a new sentence out of it. It's nonsense. So I got the AI to make me a program like that, and just took hella information, like, you know what I'm saying, and threw it in there for a bank and just let it go. It would just stream until I stopped it. It would just be streaming nonsense. And I would just use that to like open up my brain a little bit. I got so much shit that I was doing, you know what I'm saying, just to kind of just reach another level and stretch my brain. But that's just one thing. Hella language books, study about figures of speech and stuff, you know what I mean? Like there's hundreds of them, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, I just like studying about language anyway. So I just really dove into it even more once I peeped, like, oh, okay, you're supposed to do that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean,
okay, good.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, and with the writing aspect, now once you got the bars down, do you care about the verse first or the chorus? Which one matters to you when you go in the studio? Do you have does it matter which one you have first?
You know what? Like for me, I don't care about the chorus really that much. I mean, I've learned how to write songs, so I know how to write a chorus, and I can make it interesting to me if I want to. But like, we had our own form of songs, you know what I'm saying? We didn't have a chorus like the industry wants you to do, but we had like routines. That was like our little chorus, you know what I'm saying? We had our own format, so I'm like, I didn't want to accept your format. We had our own, you know what I'm saying? But if I'm called to do a chorus or something, I get into a mood sometimes where maybe I'm humming around the house or something, humming a melody or a bass line or something. I might think of a chorus to that. That's a scenario where it's fun to me. I'm just like thinking it up. You know what I'm saying? If I gotta sit there and think of a chorus, that's not really fun. You know what I'm saying? Doing the chorus ain't even that fun. I just want to do my rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So how do you I guess kind of like, I don't want to say, I guess juggle that because we know you've written so many songs that are like big records too, and then we know you've written your own personal stuff written for people, and then you write dope features for you just everywhere. You know how to do every angle of it. How do you kind of like, I guess, have that internal tug of war of knowing when to do this song? I'm just going to rhyme and I'm not worried about this industry standard. I'm just going to do me. Like, do you like go into your music kind of thinking like this beat, I need to do this, or you just say, yo, it is what it is? Because you know how to do each thing. You may hit records, you know what I'm saying? Is that a tug of war within you?
I mean, I may hit records, like it is what it is. I don't know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that just happened to be, but like,
right.
I mean, really, I'm good at working with people, so it's more about like that. Like if I'm working with other collaborators, you know what I'm saying, we trying to figure out something, I'm able to work with people and be open-minded. I'm not just stuck on, no, it got to be like this, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And most of the time they open with me and like, okay, let Diesel do his thing, but I know he gonna bring what we need too, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's more of what it is. I think the more what I'm thinking about is like not losing the fun out of the shit, you know what I'm saying? Because you do shit for all these people all the time, and then you turn around and then, oh, okay, all this time done went by and I ain't been doing my shit, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just, I had to like learn what fun is again. I really had to look up the word fun. Like, okay, I don't remember what fun is. Like, really? Like, I can't describe it. So I had to look it up to see, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
Are you having more fun now than when because you came up in the time and we both seen what the industry was like when it was A&Rs and people telling you to do this and that, and now it's just, yo, I'm doing me, I'm putting the music out. There's no gatekeepers, that not that many. There's still a few gatekeepers, but not that many really. You can just make a song, put it out tonight, tomorrow, whenever you want. So
which is great.
More fun?
I'm not concerned with it, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not So I guess, yeah, in a matter of speaking, yeah, I'm having fun. You know what I'm saying? There was a time I was just depressed for hella years. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So like, yeah, I'm having fun for sure. And I fool with a lot of younger people too. So like, there's always some new energy running around me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm getting inspired all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm still hip to stuff. I still be listening to stuff. So like, I ain't really changed. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
well, I mean, I've changed. I mean, but like personality wise, the real me, I haven't changed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, I think
Yeah.
we all have grown, and like
Yeah.
we still maintain, I would say, the purest form of it, traditional, but at the same time we've watched it change. We've seen so many iterations of rappers now. Remember, I tell people the other day, I said, telling my boy, I was like, at one point it was like only like 10 rappers. Like nobody, like, your dad was really only like 10, 20 rappers that you really could be like count on your hand. Whoever was on TV pretty much would solidify rappers. We probably have rappers in your neighborhood here and there, but like we talking about going to the store and it wasn't like a whole section yet. You gotta
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely
Like,
wasn't no section. I remember when they first had the nerve to come up with a section. You feel me? Like, yeah, like that. So you can see, like, when we from Oakland, you rapping? I don't know what he talking about. You a loser, dude. He talking about he know Ice Cube. He said Ice Cube is cousin. I'm like, okay, whatever, man. To you, he Ice Cube. To me, O'Shea Jackson.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he live on Earth too. You know what I'm saying? He's from Earth too. He eats food too, just like you do.
Yeah, man. But that's so wild to me. Like, so when people talk about it, I be like, wow, I was there at the beginning getting like 10 rappers, and now we talking about millions and millions. How long did
go
it
ahead.
take for you? Oh, how long did it take for you to write a verse or a song? You know?
Not long. I mean, honestly, sometimes I might just freestyle it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about straight from one end to the other off the head. I'm talking about like I'm gonna think of a line. Basically, I'm writing it still, but I'm putting it straight to tape first, so I can hear it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like sometimes it feel better to me because I'm actually saying it out loud. You know what I'm saying? And I can hear it back as opposed to I'm writing it. I'll get stuck in my head sometimes and be on some writer shit doing hella extra that I don't need to do. It could like ruin the flow. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I do it like that, but I got that from Biggie and the legend of Biggie and Jay-Z. But then I peeped Jay-Z's documentary. It was like, yeah, he just go in there off the head and he does it. And it was like, huh? No. He don't do it like that. I mean, like, he don't just from one thing to the other. He come up with a line, then he'll record it, come up with another line, then he'll record that. I was like, oh, okay, I can do that. That ain't nothing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They was trying to make it seem like it's some magical trick or something. I'm like, okay, I damn near could just go off the head the whole song and do it if I wanted to. I just got a higher bar of what I want to do and put it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I remember I met a lot of people coming up. This guy named Time, A Butter from Natural Elements.
Yeah, A Butter was tight.
I was meeting a lot of people coming up that before I even knew the Jay-Z thing like that, they were doing that already. There was some people like, yo, I gotta write it in my head and just sit there and repeat it over and over and go through it like that. And then the other method you're talking about too that you're doing, my boy Hezekiah, he does that. And then I heard Freeway does that. One line, brings it back and doing it like that. So there's actually like a short film, not short film, but I guess short film documentary online. I think Just Blaze in it. It's called the Punching Method. Yeah, it's called the Punching Method because that's how most of the artists are now doing it today. They're sitting there, one line, chill, next line, chill, next line.
But I really write though. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no. That's what I was gonna ask you though. Like I was gonna say like, but I think Jay-Z is writing something that of concrete, going through the validation process in your head.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that's a good point. Okay, so when I'm studying about humor writing, there was like, okay, to really be good, you can't just use the first thing you think of or the second thing or the third thing, because most people is gonna think about that. So okay, you going the fourth thing. now you're getting somewhere. The fifth thing, the sixth thing. Okay, now you probably got something that nobody else is coming up with. And it took me a while, but I've started thinking like, blood, you already do that, blood. Like, it's not in the same context, but what they talking about, you do already. So like, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, the validation, because I'm not going to just write anything. So I'm already in my head before it even get on paper. I'm trying to figure out, is this Bootsy? Is it cool? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I had read that when you did the Deltron 3030, you had wrote like the lyrics in less than 2 weeks.
I did, yeah. Well, I had a virus already written. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I had the concept already thought out. Like the concept was mine already. So I went to Dan through Domino, asked him, would you be down to produce it? He was like, yeah, I'll fool with him. You know what I'm saying? Because I just did the joint with Prince Paul with him. You know what I'm saying? Handsome Boy Modeling School. So I think he was fooling with me from that. So yeah, just from that, he gave me a cassette with some beats. And I'm like, okay, let's rock. Listen to him like, he's like, you sure? Like, you don't want me to change nothing? Like, no, this tight. Let's go. And just went in, you know what I'm saying? And like, it wasn't like 2 weeks straight. It was whenever I felt like going or whatever. So like off and on for maybe like a month or two, maybe. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's how we got it done. But all equal to about 2 weeks, probably. You feel me?
Yeah. And y'all got a tour. You're about to go on tour. So I got the dates on the screen for y'all out there.
Yeah.
You know, check out the dates on the screen. Also, you could go to his Instagram and everywhere else he has the dates. But for those that need to see some of the dates right now, if you're watching or listening, the dates right now about to go on tour.
Yeah, I need to see him my damn self. Okay.
The next question I had though is punching in or straight through with the verse. Now, Del, when we came up, I know you know a lot of studios we went in a lot of times, sometimes who was in the studio with us or even engineer or even just our internal selves, it was like, nah, you gotta say that straight through. Like people wouldn't even let you punch in sometimes. What was your, I guess, your route in this, or how you feel about punching in or straight through? Does it matter? What do you stand on with this?
Well, honestly, like when I first was going to the studio, I knew my raps so well. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? They've been the same cultivated raps from, you know what I'm saying? So like I kind of knew them. So, you know, we would just practice our raps so we could say them already. So by the time you get to the studio, it's not really, it's kind of one take Jake, you know what I'm saying? For the most part. And back then, like we didn't have like the technology we got today, like where you could do it hella easily. Like back then, you got to bust a fat move to try to like, you know what I'm saying, redo your shit. Like, nah, I don't even feel like doing all that work. I'm doing it the first time. I'm still like that. Like, nah, we keeping that first one. Nah, I think you could do it a little better, Dill. I don't. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, because I was wondering that, like, as far as like keeping the first take. So you keep the first take and then that's pretty much what you're rocking with.
You know what? I came up with a new style, just kind of like fooling around here. And I kind of like start my verse and then I come in over myself on another track and then I continue it like that. So it sounds like it's kind of like a convo between me and me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it kind of breaks my verse up into bite-sized pieces too, though. You know what I'm saying?
I did that this latest album I got out too. And what people told me was like, they said, yo, I like how you sounded clearer. I guess because I'm not losing the breath on that fourth bar.
Okay.
That breath is, you know, I'm going straight through. Sometimes when we're doing the rhyme straight through, you're trying to be so, you know, your cadence and your flow. Sometimes I think, you know, some of the words don't fully get the emphasis or the breath that it may need, you know?
So okay. So since you brought that up, one thing I've been concentrating on for like past 10 or so years probably is just like chiseling my shit down to a more concise format, because I just discovered like I like the rappers that are really precise and to the point. Like a good example is Special Ed. He like one of the freshest rappers to me, you know what I'm saying? Because it seemed like it's simple, but the words he chooses are on purpose, you know what I'm saying? Same thing with Q-Tip. Like he seems simple, but the words he chooses to use are not simple words, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or what he talking about, you know what I'm saying? So like I'm just thinking of, okay, how can I take shit out that I don't need. And that's where human writing helped me with that too. Say like, okay, you writing jokes, you constantly taking shit out. Because the quicker you do it, the better. The more time it take, people start, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you gotta hit them, you know what I'm saying? Same thing with battle rap. A lot of rappers, some of the best ones, they know how to slow down. They might hit you with a little flow pocket here and there, just to oh my God, he's flowing right there. You know what I'm saying? But he trying to hit you like bap, bap, bap. So yeah, like I've just been working on that, man. Just to, because I feel like that's what I need to work on. I got the raps, I could do all that shit, but I felt like I needed to polish it up more so motherfuckers be saying my shit. Like, okay, I want to remember his shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think that's what well, I look at us like, you know, MCs and in general, I think everything kind of has a mentality of a company behind it, and you want to update your recipe sometimes. Sometimes you gotta change, you know, the way you put things out. And I think we have to do that as people. I mean, we were there from early on, but we've aged with it gracefully because we've recognized what the new standards are and what's happening next and what's going on with this and this flow. Oh snap, this flow. Let me try that flow. And it's so wild though, because it seems like we're more open to learning the new stuff, or like you said, maybe trimming this a word or this and that. And then sometimes the new generation won't go back and do the research of what we started with. Like they're not into going back, or even like I seen MCs not want to rhyme on a primo beat, you know, or like, yo, but
they don't represent
any beat. Me and you, any beat, we'll be like, all right, let me start rocking. But they'd be like, you throwing some primo, you throwing some Dilla, whatever, and they'd be like, nah, I ain't messing with that beat, you know.
Because it's a shadow. It's like it's not real. They doing that because they feel insecure about it. They feel funny that you threw a beat up on there that's from your generation. I'm not even familiar with it, so they gotta play it off and be like, oh fuck that old man beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you doing that because you feel uncomfortable. Because if you felt comfortable, you wouldn't care. You would do like what you was just saying. Okay, let me rock. I'll try it. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You tried to throw me a wild pitch. Come on, let's go. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. And then I've seen a lot of man. And if anything, here's the thing I learned, and I've learned from my experiences, the fun aspect that you brought up earlier is what it's all about. So even if a beat come on and it's not your situation that you dig, even if you just freestyle to it, people will respect the fun aspect you're having with it. Even if that's not your thing, you're like, yo, I'm gonna rock on this anyway and just try something. You know what I'm saying? People will just respect the attempt overall, you know?
Yeah, because the attempt takes, again, some kind of bravery. Most people not even gonna get up in front of people and try to say nothing, much less try to say a rap. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, hell no, that's hella embarrassing. So you just even having the nerve to do it, you're gonna get points for that from the average person. You know what I'm saying? Well, typically, like now everybody raps, so it's probably not a big deal to people like that. No But I feel like people will still be impressed by like real talent. They'll be, okay, he was going crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I see it with battle rap. They be lined around the block sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
battle rap is like the new theater today. You know, for me, it's like very theatrical, right? We came from you just rhyme. Now it's movements, the slow, you know, like slowing down. Dudes is bringing props out and everything. Who's some of your favorite battle rappers like currently?
Man, that's a fool. Oh, okay, currently, Low Supreme is one of my favorites. You know what I'm saying? Low Supreme, I seen him battle on iBattle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
iBattle is one of my favorite leagues. I've always watched iBattle, but like now, they turned up lately.
We battle. Who battle? We.
No,
battle.
you think about Fight Back? I fool with Fight Back too.
Okay. Yeah, I like.
No. You're right. Because I'm thinking about battle, like what you say when you get logo, beat up. Right? Fight Back.
That's their chant before it starts. Who battle? We battle.
Yeah, that was. I think that was. Yeah. Cause I'm mixing it up. Yeah,
but Low Supreme, he's fire. Who else?
Yeah, he's super fire. I like Isolated. I like him. You know what I'm saying? Who else I like? Appa. I like. Appa is raw. Appa is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like because his name Appa, so I'm like, Appa, like, but I was just okay. Let me see. He's super fire, actually. I'm like, wow, he's really crazy. Like, who else is Hansel? I hella like that one battle that Hansel had with Appa was fire on the Riot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I watched that probably like 30 times. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll keep watching it over and over, like a song I like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
But them some of my favorites
too.
Okay, Pyrex Jones and Gab Sinatra too. I like them hella too. I hella like Pyrex Jones. So yeah, I'll be watching. You know what I'm saying?
I hadn't seen in a minute though. Is it something like new stuff? I gotta check Pyrex Jones. Cause I haven't seen in a minute.
Yeah, he been on Fun Sway Room. You know what I'm saying? He was on Fun Sway Room on We Go Hard. You know what I'm saying? That's Prezi. That's Prezi from Cake Life. That's his league over there. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of Cake Life, I fool with Prezi, Presidential Dubs. I fool with Steams. You know what I'm saying? Chess, of course. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
They was like y'all when y'all came out with the Lyricists Lounge and all that, and the Rockets, when Chess and like Steams came out and Presidential Dubs, it was like that kind of energy. I'm like, wow, how are they rapping like this? Like, how are they rapping like this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think one of the most legendary battles is Steams versus Rum Nitty.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. No, for sure.
Woo, that's when that's like the early Rum Nitty and Steams, and its punchlines are like these. That was like, you know, they both young and they element heavy.
And that was like some West Coast version of URL. So that wasn't even the official URL for real. So it was kind of on the low, but that was like a nice battle. You know what I'm saying? And when he battled Brooklyn Carter, one of my favorites too. I love Brooklyn Carter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I like Brooklyn Carter. I like a lot of the We Go Hard guys. I just be hoping they get more light. You know what I'm saying? More light and get some more more matches when they like more out there on more URL showcases.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, like, I feel like it's a whole different reason for why they rap at We Go Hard, and that's what I enjoy. Like, it's more like a community, like cultural thing, more than like we trying to make money and all this shit. Like, it really means something to them, and it's just them. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be feeling like I'm there with them when I'm watching the shit because everybody involved. You know, it's different from URL. You know, it don't have that same heart to it to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's it, man.
You writing in the studio or at home? Which one is like your preference with that? You know, does it matter? Like, I remember you said you like used to show up with all your verses and then you in and out pretty much. Is it like now like the same vibe? Like, I'm gonna show up, or like, yo, when I get there?
Man, I don't go to the studio like that really that much because I learned how to mix. Like, so I'm like with an engineer now, you know what I'm saying? I know how to produce. I studied music theory, so I know how I stepped that up, you know what I'm saying? There's really no reason for me. And that was my plan. Once I started thinking more about a plan, I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to the studio no more. When Prince Paul showed me like that Akai recorder, when we did that song Magnetizing for Model School, Handsome Boy Model School, I was like, we gonna record it on that? He like, yeah. And we was like in the closet, you know what I'm saying, at my lawyer Michael Ashburn house, you know what I'm saying? That's Oak Step Pops, you know what I'm saying? So we recording in like a closet. I'm like, we gonna record the real song here? Yeah. And then that's it? We not going to the studio? Yeah. I looked at Domino, I was like, I'm never going to the studio again. I'm buying one of them. You know what I'm saying? Because I hate having to leave the house. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be here. So, yeah, most of my operation is here. But to answer your question, I could write. I write whenever I get inspiration to write, which is a lot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I write a lot. Yeah.
Yes. Shout out to Prince Paul, man. Prince Paul.
Yeah.
It's like, I call Prince Paul for advice, man. I call him and I'll call Ace. Anytime it was like the two big brothers to me, as far as like, if I think of something or I got a question about something, I'll call Paul and be like, yo, what do you think about if I'm trying to do this? He'll give me good advice on that. Shout out to Prince Paul, man. And I remember when I went to his house, he had everything in his house. And I was like, okay. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, okay, this is what we recorded. Like you said, like, yo, I'm recording on this. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm just coming here to in the basement, downstairs. You got everything, you know.
But you got to remember though, like we got signed off of what we was doing at the house. Like the labels was mystified. Like, okay, Souls of Mischief demo was sounding hella tight. Like, okay, it's a demo, but like what you did with it was okay. A+ was a wizard on the 4-track, but he was around me too. So I'm working on the 4-track. Plus younger than me, so he just watching me. He like a genius, so he just watching me soaking it up. Next thing you know, he on the 4-track and learning new ways and shit, how to stuff more on, and like basically like Plebe pretty much invented Souls of Mischief. Like he's the creator of Souls of Mischief. You feel me? So it was all planned. Now he had a plan. You know what I'm saying? So, but like, yeah, we got signed off of that. So it only makes sense that you would still want to do that at the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the essence of it. And it's funny when you say that, because it made me think of like when RZA talked about Wu-Tang, he had everybody come over to the house. He had everybody in the house to record. And then
similar thing. Very similar. Me and RZA is hella similar. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Shout out to RZA, man. Yeah, but similar situation, yes.
And then what's the atmosphere now with you writing as opposed to maybe before? Is it just you wanting to write by yourself? Do you enjoy when everybody comes to the studio and everybody's in there and you vibing? Has that changed or has it still remained the same?
If I could get it, like I like writing with people. So I just got on TikTok, you know what I'm saying? So I started seeing people on there. Oh, what's up? We should do something. Okay, come on, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and just make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Did something with Apathy. You know what I'm saying? Just whoever I see. You know what I'm saying? I met some of the battle rappers out here. I'm like, oh, yo, what's up? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, let's do some work. I've even met people that I don't know really. You know what I'm saying? They just pop up like a fan. Like, yo, I might think they should fire. I'm like, okay, let's do something real quick. So it don't take me hella long or nothing. But I like just working with people, different people. Like that's the part of the industry that, well, it's not a part of the industry, but like that's the part I know how to handle well. Like I really love people and interacting with people, you know what I'm saying? So that part ain't hard. Yeah. So yeah. I don't know if that answers your question, but yeah.
Nah, it does. It does. What about writing to the beat or having rhymes prepared?
That's a good question.
Yeah. Do you always have you have a rhyme written? I'd be honest. I tell people, I'd be like, yo, I don't have a whole bunch of rhymes on me. Like my rhymes are on tracks now. Like I don't really, like, Del, when we were younger, you had to walk around. I'm sure you walk around Oakland, you had to be like 20 verses deep because you know what I'm saying? We used to have like at least 5 to 6 good verses to, it might go 6 rounds with a stranger that you just met at the bus stop, like somewhere. You never knew. You in the studio and dudes want to test you, this is my man, this and that, So
I didn't care about that. I mean, I do that anyway. And anybody that knew me knew that. So like they take me to other towns and stuff like, no, you gotta meet my partner over here. You the tightest I know. They saying he tight, let's go over there. So, okay, go over there. Like, what's up? Right. You know what I'm saying? Who's like, oh shit, like. But I'm not mad. I'm like, okay, now I fool with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's how I meet people and the family grow. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So, okay. This is what I meant to say. I used to have this session over here called Manic Mondays. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And it was like it went for like 2 or 3 years. You know what I'm saying? All the stuff is up on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? If some of y'all out there, you know what I'm saying, you probably know about it. If you don't, go to YouTube, check my channel, Delta Funky Homosapien, look up Manic Mondays. Yeah, hold up. Where is it at? It's right here. This is the tattoo. You know what I'm saying? Can you see it? Probably not. But right there, a little bit. Like it's there though. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it meant something to me, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like a lot of homies came here, like a lot of people, like, okay, like Lil Russell was here, you know what I'm saying? Wow. Who was Razkaz was here, Micah 9 was here, Volume 10 was here, Hella Fools was here, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like I fool with a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? Who else is here? Damn, Fab was here. Like hella people came through. It's the people started realizing MacArthur Mays was here, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it was and all my partners. Okay, so a lot of fools that used to rap with Hobo Junction. I'm cool with Hobo Junction and Saphir, you know what I'm saying? So some of them was coming through, you know what I'm saying? So it was just a good situation, but like we was constantly pushing the pen here.
Right.
So it's all in my house. We getting drunk or whatever, getting high. We got like 3 different rooms. I got a house in the back, and that was set up like a studio. So Fools is in the back recording. Then my living room got shit set up, so we recording there. Then I got a bedroom over here. So in that bedroom, that's set up. So Fools is in there recording shit. So this is going on like every Monday night. You know what I'm saying? For like 3 years.
Man,
it's a fool, crazy. Man. Yeah, it was fun though.
And then yet again too. So like, you know, LaRussell like comes out of that inspiration from, you know, being around and seeing what's going on and getting inspired. So
well, to tell you the truth, I think Russell, I ain't gonna cap, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it plain. I don't think he even knew where he was at. You know what I'm saying? Because I like kind of touched him like, yo, what's up, man? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, why are you touching me? Yo, you drunk? I'm like, huh? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, you must be drunk. And I'm like, huh? Like, no, I don't think he realized like you're at my house and I'm just like greeting you like, what's up, brother? Like, you know what I'm saying? You at my house. Like, I don't think he really understood. I think one of my partners brought him through, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so I think he's kind of just doing it for him and kind of just there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he was here though, you know what I'm saying?
What's your beat picking process like? Like, how do you know, like, yeah, this is something I can rock to? How do you know? Because you've written songs for people, or you write songs, you know, you have a good ear on all levels. So how do you know what's beat is for you, for somebody else, and just what's that beat picking process for you like?
I mean, I'm not too picky to tell you the truth. Like, I love music in general. Like, I study it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I spend most time working on music, to be honest, you know what I'm saying? So as long as it sound good to me, I feel like I'm like the average person. If it sound cool, cool. If it don't, it don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, it got to be weak for me not to like it. Like, I mean, really weak, like devoid of any kind of talent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it could be borderline, whatever. Like, okay, he ain't rapping that cool. Okay, but it's kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really tripping that hard. You know what I'm saying? For me, though, my personal shit, most of the time I'm producing it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or I have like
for you to make that beat for yourself.
Man, I mean, I just made one this morning that took like probably all morning. You know what I'm saying? Maybe like 2 or 3 hours. But I'm not really focused fully on it. I'm trying to do some other shit and study some shit. Like, but it's all part of what I'm doing with the beat. It just, it came out nice though. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to stretch it to get it to like a formula too. Like, I'm into like dubstep and crazy shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So my type of beat that I make is more along them lines, but I'm trying to mold it with some hip hop shit too. You know what I'm saying? So it's
okay.
Go ahead. No, that's it. Go ahead.
Because I want to talk about kind of the diversity you have with this music you have. So with you wanting to do beats differently, I can totally understand why and just your experience. But what about drums or no drums? So I ask all the producers this question.
Okay.
You know, what do you feel? You know, do you like rapping on no drums? Do you want to have drums all the time? Does it matter? This is one of those questions that is so ill to hear the answers from.
I mean, I thought that was fresh anyway, because like, okay, we done did that all the way as far as you can go. So what's next? You know what I'm saying? Okay, we don't need no drums. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So I like it. I mean, shout out to Coach Cheese. You know what I'm saying? My partner Coach Cheese out here, he rap and shit. He be on the Killer Tape Network. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Killer Tape Network too. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for choosing us. You know what I'm saying? You know, but like, I like the drumless beats. But I'm like, it's not as like crazy as it was. Like that's not really like the path right now. You know what I'm saying? For real. For a minute, everybody was trying to do that, but like it kind of died down at this point. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I mean, it don't matter to me though. If it sound, like I said, if it sound tight, it sound tight. If it don't have drums, it give it a different kind of mood though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It remind me of like poetry, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I remember back in like the 60s, 70s, somebody might be just speaking and like rapping for real. You know what I'm saying? And it's just some jazz or something playing in the background. So you could go like that, you know what I'm saying? It just it's been done before, man. I just like it, you know. However it come out and it sound dope, I'm like, okay, I got a reference to that because I done studied and I know, okay, that's what we always did, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, I could appreciate it either way, you know.
What's your revision process like? Like, because we hear the end product, you know. So we hear the end product, and then we go, "Oh, this is crazy." I was online today, and I was researching and doing my thing, looking and listening and stuff. And somebody was like, "No need for alarm." It was like, "Yo, this might be one of the illest albums of lyrics made." Like that was the top comment right there.
Okay.
And you know, I bought that album, like, man, you know, like the flow and all that. I bought that album, and then the whack MCs, it was a lot of you got joints on there. Yo, to this day, even now, every now and then I'll be like, yo, boo boo head, you know what I'm saying? Like, just because
I was wilding.
You know, but it's ingrained, it's in hip hop though. So it's in my mind that I can just, you know what? If I want to say that about somebody, I can just grab that word that I got from you though. You know what I'm saying? That's what's special about it. Like I would have never said that word. I wouldn't, you know, and then hearing what you did and what you do with the music is so great and the lyrics. And, you know, for people to attest to, you know, yo, one of this lyricism, everybody can attest to how dope you are. What is it like to get to that quality control? What is that quality control like? Because we hear the final part. We don't know you know what you left on the cutting room floor.
Man, I'm trying to think. Did I leave anything on the cutting room floor like that? I mean, man, I don't. I'll say it like this. And let me say this since you said something about boo boo heads. Like, really, I got respect for women, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I just wanted that to be known, you know what I'm saying? And all the women out there that know me, you know this, you know what I'm saying? You know that more than anything. So, like, I just wanted that to be said because I was wilding on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'll admit it. But yeah, cutting room floor, I mean, I'll put it like this. There's stuff on the cutting room floor, but that could have came out too. Like, it just wasn't what was fitting for what was designed for the album, I guess. But I'm always recording shit. I'm always doing shit. Like I got so many songs. Like I'm like, when I die, somebody gonna find my hard drive, be like, yes, I'm gonna sell all this and that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just thinking of somebody gonna Tupac me. You know what I'm saying? And release all my stuff. You know what I'm saying? After I'm dead. But yeah, man. Yeah, that's the quality control. For me, it's just practice. Some people be like, nah, you should put that out. What? You crazy? That never came out. How old is that? Like 10 years old. What? That never. I'm like, hey man, I'm just practicing. This is what I like to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm not being stupid neither. Like, I know the practice is gonna help me, but this is what I enjoy doing. This is my, you know, being creative. Let me express myself and get some of this shit off my chest. You know what I'm saying?
But how do you gauge whether this song goes on this project or this one waits 10 years? Because some people may say like, yo, remember that song I did? Now is the time. So how are you gauging what makes it? Are you recording like a specific amount for the album? Like, yo, let me just do these 10 right here and put the album out, or do you have that overflow of 3 songs and you just, yo, these ain't gonna make it right now, and then later on release it? How are you gauging all that? Because you have such a creative mind and strategic, I assume too. So how do you gauge like that?
Man, maybe. I mean, to me, it's way more simple. Like a lot of times there'll be people around me, you know what I'm saying? Maybe my partner John, my partner John lived with me. He might hear some of my songs. He'll be like, man, you got to put them out. You tripping. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, I don't got to put them out. He's like, no, what? Like that could be a whole, if people heard that, that's, you know. So like maybe it's him or maybe it's Domino. He might be like, no, you should use that. For me, it boiled down to, am I bored with it yet or not? So like if I'm not doing nothing with it in like a week or two, I'm off to another planet by that time. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm like, okay, it's a song. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? I done thought about 10 or 12 other songs after that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we care. We over here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's funny. One of the things that people we talk about like Jay-Z, Nas, and like we talk about a lot of the greats. And I say, you know, one thing that Jay-Z said to me, which reminds me what you reminded me of that from hearing what you just said, that I try to tell people when they like, man, he's been, good for this long, consistent. He does music. And I said, one thing that stuck out to me from Jay-Z that I heard him say in the interview was, I rap for my friends, and that's what keeps me going. And I think that's been one of the main things that I think was the essence of all of us. You know what I'm saying? So I think him having that mentality at this age and stage, and him always carrying that, he was like, yeah, I used to just rap for Tata and all of them, and the Tata is still around. So when he's about to play something, there's that excitement of, yo, I can't wait. You know what I'm saying, right, though?
Oh yeah, definitely. For me, it's more community based too. Like I'm just thinking about my people, like who I relate to. I'm like, okay, when they hear me say this, or I'm gonna say this, or like they're gonna be like, oh my God, he said, you know what I'm saying? Like he put it like that. Oh, he was a fool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I still think like that. Or like, music wise too. I'm thinking like people in London, when they hear my shit, they're gonna be like, nah, he coming like this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? I know a couple of people that heard my shit. They're like, oh, you on this time deal? Like, oh, this is crazy. Like, oh, nah. Like, so I like battle rappers too. They rap for the crowd too. Like that matters. Like, so like I kind of learned that from battle rap too. Like the crowd do matter. Like, people act like the listener don't matter or nothing. They part of this too. Yeah. That's just the African way. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
How about storytelling? You've written some ill stories, man. And when did you kind of know? Cause I remember early in here you said like, I just didn't want to just say raps to raps, like, but like over the course of time, you learn how to just be like, there's an elegance to the way that you're able to put the words together. Even if it's a braggadocious verse, you're still able to tell it in a way that it's a story. Like you're able to tell stories and paint pictures. So how and when did that become so important to you?
I mean, I don't think it's on purpose. That I think now that I think about it and think how hard I was trying to learn about, okay, you need a premise and all this shit. Like after a while, I start figuring out, okay, some of this you already do. You just don't know that you do it, but you had to learn it to even know that you don't know that you doing that. You know what I'm saying? And that, okay, like you don't have to worry about that. But like, I just got something to say. It's something kind of specific too. Like basically I've figured out it all boils down to Mr. Dabalina. Like all my stories is pretty much boiled down to Mr. Dabalina. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that kind of fake phony person that think they the shit. Like that shit just make me hella mad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like yeah, so now I'm older, so I know like, oh, okay, that's what I was talking about. Like a narcissist, basically, you know what I'm saying? Or a super toxic person, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm like, oh, okay. I done experienced this so many times. Okay, that's why I just didn't know back then that's what I was really on, you know what I'm saying? But my focus, a big part of my focus, something that really get me is them type of people, you know what I'm saying? I'm not really upset by much, but that upset the fuck out of me, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, it's that's some of the introduction to me listening to you, but that's why I was brought up the storytelling aspect of it, because sometimes I think people forget how dope the stories, like a lot of the artists from back then to now, or why they have such a long career, because they're able to weave these stories together that we're so interested in hearing, and that brings us like this emotional connection to it. Can you elaborate on like the Gorillaz, the Clint Eastwood song? Like how did that come about? And then that's such an iconic track. Like I got students in class, right? So check this out. I got students in my class, and in my class we do drawing album covers.
Okay.
So they drew the Gorillaz cover. So I get to tell the story about you. You know what I'm saying? And then I get to play your verse. I get to play it in class.
Damn, that's crazy.
See, that's what's ill, right? So they drawing it, and I'm like, what's so wild is me being there, and some of them know who I am, and they research, because they always research the teachers. So when I see them drawing the cover, I'm like, yo, what you know about that? And they love it. That song is classic and timeless anyway. But I get to play I get to play the verse in class and see them singing it, you know, and I'm dealing with middle school kids doing that.
Right.
And
I
it's so
know a lot
wild.
of middle school. Yeah, I know a lot of middle school kids, and like they know me. Oh, damn, you know Dell. Oh, Dell really in front of my face. Like all my friends listen to you. Like I'm like, damn, okay, like you know what I'm saying. Like cool,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
so that's
It's
what's so
true.
ill about it, as far as it's like, you know, you are where you are and living your life, but like I'm over here in a classroom like playing your verses for them. So you know that's how big of an impact you have on the culture and community and society. But yeah, can you give us like some of the behind the scenes on how that came about, and like what made you buy into this idea? Like this is part of what I'm saying as far as a visionary. Like you're doing something. I was looking up today and I was like, that's something that's new. Here we go. He got the hieroglyphics thing, he got the logo thing, he got this gorillas thing. I'm like, it's so many things you're a part of that are so iconic, man. I guess what made you be a part of something like that? And it's like a virtual thing. And you know, did they tell you before you did it, or how did that come about?
Okay, so I'm keeping it a buck. I mean, while we was doing Deltron, me and Dan was also working on production for Gorillaz. You know what I'm saying? David Auburn and and Jamie Hewitt. This is why I started noticing. Jamie Hewitt is the dude that used to draw Tank Girl. You know what I'm saying? Back in the
Okay.
day. You know what I'm saying? And he kind of got large off of that, sort of like that's when underground comics like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It was one of them kind of comics, an underground comic. And I used to love that comic. I thought that Jamie Hewitt was raw. So like Dan is showing me like some of the concept art for Gorillaz, and I'm like, I know who that is. That's Jamie Hewitt. I love him. Like, oh, he on it. He doing that shit. I was like, wow, that's crazy. Like, oh shit, that's gonna be raw then. Because I felt like he didn't really get the chance. Like when they did the movie, and like shout out to Ice-T, you my folks. You know, they don't have nothing to do with you, but like they had Ice-T as the kangaroo. You know what I'm saying? Like, because
Yeah, yeah,
okay, Tank Girl go with a kangaroo. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So like they made it live action, and back then I was like, no, why didn't you use this art? Like, so now they're doing something, they using this art. So I'm like, okay, now it's finna go somewhere. So I'm like, okay, I'll forget about it. I'm working on Deltron, finishing the shit. So we finished. Dan got to take me across the bridge back to my house to Oakland. You know what I'm saying? And he like, man, before I leave, could you do one thing for me? I'm like, what? And he like, man, like this one song we got for Gorillaz, like I don't like the rappers that's on them. Like, I know you could write something in like 15 minutes, man. Like, I'm like, nah, blood, take me home, blood.
Yeah.
Take me home, blood. Fuck that, blood. Like, I'm ready to go. He like, come on, Dale. Like, I know you could just whip it up real quick. And I'm like, all right, man, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I whip it up real quick. Like, I had this book called How to Write a Hit Song that my mom got me a book certificate for like my birthday, and that's the book I bought. Kind of just capping like, okay, this is some bullshit, and looked at it. Like I'm thinking, like if it's bullshit, you don't even know what's in it. Looking at the first page, it's like over everything, you got to be original to write a hit song. Over everything, first and foremost. I was like, I knew it. I knew these fools in the industry did not know what the fuck they talking about. I knew it. You know what I'm saying? So like from there, I read the whole book. So by the time we did Gorillaz, I knew all that shit. So I just used it for Gorillaz. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And luckily I did it because it bought this house, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, man.
but the initial jump off though was shout out to Jamie Hewitt, and he knows this too because when we be on the road, Jamie he be like fucking with me for real because he know like nah, Dell he really know my work. He know about the Tank Girl era and all that. Like he knew before Gorillaz, so he be rocking with me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, shout out to Jamie Hewitt, man.
Man, yo, it's been dope having you, man. I got one more question for you, man.
Okay.
What's three pieces of your work that you would suggest somebody go check out that may have not heard of you before or know of you? But you know, Dell, sometimes like you'll have an album and you got songs on there that weren't the single, but that's your favorite. You like, yo, I really like this. This is my joint. is there any songs in particular if you want, it could be more than three. I just say three. It could be project songs, whatever you want. It could be as many as you want. But what are the joints you like? I wish people heard this joint. If they hear this joint, they gonna know how raw I am. What's a couple of joints you would suggest people check out?
My favorite shit, probably that's kind of the model for all the shit that I do, personally, is I came out with 2 mixtapes within the like mixtape era. You know what I'm saying? Like, when Pigeons and Planes and shit like that was popping. You know what I'm saying? They call it West Coast Avengers, West Coast Avengers 1 and West Coast Avengers 2. They floating around. You know what I'm saying? But they're my favorites. You know what I'm saying? My partner Ross Terms, he used to be a graffiti artist. He a street artist. You know what I'm saying? But he did both of the covers. You know what I'm saying? The first one is all like P-Funk shit I chopped up. You know what I'm saying? The second one was all Fela Kuti shit I chopped up. So like the Fela Kuti one, Questlove and peeped it. He was like, "Ooh, this is fire. This all Fela Kuti. What'd he do?" I heard that Erykah Badu peeped it, and she was like, "Ooh, that's fire." You know what I'm saying? So I was spazzing though on them two. I was spazzing the fuck out. Like, just I don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just on some real rap. Them two is like the model for what I be doing to this day. You know what I'm saying? So if you can find them two, West Coast Avengers Part 1 and Part 2. You know what I'm saying? I was about to do a third one that was going to be based on Frank Zappa, but I really rock with Frank Zappa. So like it got to the point where I'm like, I don't feel like anything I rap over his shit is going to even be good enough. You know what I'm saying? So like, I just said, fuck it, man. I did a hell of songs though. And like listening to them now, they fire. And a lot of people out there, a lot of fans was hearing about it and was like, yo, when you go come out with the Frank Zappa one, it ain't out finished. It ain't finished yet. I'm like, no, I'm working on it. Like fools wanted to hear the Frank Zappa one. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, West Coast Avengers, you know what I'm saying? If you can find 1 and 2 floating around, them by far is my favorite work that's really out there. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the Ross, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Man, your TikTok, I got your TikTok on the screen to check out TikTok. Man.
Yeah. So that's me. So people that think it ain't me, like who else got that painting or whatever that is up there? You know what I'm saying? The trophy, like that's me for real. So like, don't
Del Funk Pimp.
Yep. Yeah, Del the Funk Pimp. You feel me?
And then I got we got his Instagram. So check that out, Del Hyro. So make sure y'all follow him on there. And then also make sure y'all go cop your tickets for the tour. Deltron 3030. They supporting Gorillaz. And that actually starts, if I write, that's September 22nd. I see the first date, right?
Yeah.
I think yep. And it's gonna be in Asheville, the first show. So make sure y'all check that out.
And come out and like if you see me, like come run up on me and holler at me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not shy. You feel me? Yeah.
Dope, man. Yo, man, I appreciate you being on here, man. Like I said, man, you're a legend. Of course, I bought all your music, and I'm yo, man. It's so ill to talk to you because I remember sitting, in Brooklyn, and then opening the credits to the cassette, No Need for Alarm. So I don't even know I'm ever gonna meet you, but like me sitting
that's
there,
crazy.
opening the credits and reading the cassette. And it's similar, it's so ill for me to have these same stories and I'm able to share. Like I did the same thing with Ace. I told him, I said, yo, I got the cassette. I opened it up and I said, yo, my boy had a bootleg version of it. He had the mixtape was on the tape was on the wrong side. The songs, his joint was bootleg. I got the joint. I'm looking in there with it and seeing pictures and to get to share those experiences with y'all of like really like being able to talk to y'all and then kind of like pick your brain on the process because I've only been able to listen to the final product and I don't know how we got there. So now people can kind of like understand how you got there and get it from y'all because that's important because a lot of times like a lot of books now and people are archiving artists such as yourself and Ace and all these people, and they're going off of assumptions of, they did their research when they can actually just call y'all, what I'm saying? Just ask you, yo, so when you did this, how did that happen? They'll be like, if you listen to he said this and this and that, and you'd be like, nah, I ain't do none of that, you know what I'm saying? Also, before you leave, you said you're getting into music theory, and,
Mhm.
and me and you had spoke about you also talk to the youth, so you willing to do workshops and songwriting and all that with everybody. You teach the youth and everything. And I'm in the education realm nowadays, so I just always like to highlight how artists such as yourself are giving back in the community and educating the youth. So if people want to holler at you on that level too, they can do that. So you're on this music theory journey. You was telling me you've been doing that pretty often, and just what brought you into wanting to study that?
I guess I always was into music like that, but like when I had like music class, honestly, the teachers just didn't. Now that I'm grown, they just didn't know what the hell they was doing. They just learned a certain way, and they're just regurgitating it to me. And I'm like, okay, when do I get to play something? No, you got to learn these scales first. And okay, why? Just learn them. Like, why? You're just supposed to learn them. Like, why? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, now I know, okay, there's really only one scale. That's the major scale. And every other scale is based off of that. So, like, they could have just told me that and been like, oh, okay, so let me learn the major scale. And and all the other ones relate to that. Oh, they couldn't tell me none of that. It's just learn this one, A, B, C, D. Why? Why I got to learn all these separate scales? So maybe one day I would stumble upon it and peep, oh, they all related. Like, or maybe I might never figure that out. You know what I'm saying? But like, that just it made me think like, okay, I'm not fucking with this shit. That's not what I wanted to play music for. You know what I'm saying? And then hip hop came, and okay, there's a way that I can make music, and I'm not even thinking that yet. You know what I'm saying? But I'm into music anyway, so I'm into hip hop and all that. But being into that, it just start coming to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, how I know that record, but how did it get into this song and become a whole nother song? Like, that ain't the way the record go. You know what I'm saying? How did they do that? So like, I'm trying to discover the mystery. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a journey. Then, dude, to make a long story short, I got to the point where R&B dudes like Belial or like Mama's Gun by you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, them records was like better, like lightweight, better than some of the hip hop records. I'm like, man, if I don't learn something, I'm gonna be a dinosaur. That's what I thought. So I'm like, okay, you could make a decision. Either you could keep studying Tekken 3 combos and you know what I'm saying, and Street Fighter combos, or you could take your mind and like start studying this music. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do that. And Just Blaze, shout out to Just Blaze. He one of the ones that I seen like, oh, he knows. And like the Neptunes too. I'm like, okay, it's not a gimmick how they keep making hit after hit. They making hit after hit because most of these fools don't know what they doing. They know what they doing. So of course they make a hit after hit. You know what I'm saying? It just started hitting me like, then I started looking at it myself. And then I'm seeing, okay, it's not that hard. I thought I had to learn the whole keyboard. Like all 99 keys or whatever. I'm like, oh, there's only 7 notes. I felt so stupid, a good stupid, but I'm like, damn, what the hell? Like, I thought you had to learn. Like, I thought it was so much a big deal. No, dude, like, no one would be able to play music if it was that much. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, that's really how it came into being. I admired these other artists. And when I got the chance learning it myself, I'm like, oh, I can do it. Because, you know, you can't be no Stevie Wonder. And now I know, like, okay, Stevie Wonder blind, and he's still one of the masters in music. And he blind. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So, yeah.
I get from that. I think from, like, hearing you mention it, such as myself, I'm inspired now to, like, go do it. I'm like, well, Dell doing that. Maybe I need to go do it. Like, I'm sure there's other people watching it now going to feel the same way. And, you know, as much as you inspired them from watching it right now, man, I like to just, you know, reiterate, man, how much you've inspired me. And everybody make sure y'all go out there, you know, support the tour. And man, like always, man, thanks for being here again. And like I always say to y'all out there, what are your words worth? Peace, y'all.
Yeah, peace. Take it easy.
Thank you, man. That was dope.